Right, Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Rao Nofil Ryan and I am the Campus France officer here at Islamabad. I welcome all of you to the French Excellence Scholarship for Climate Change, which is Masters for 2025. This one is specifically for the master's degree in civil engineering offered by ESTP Paris, the Kashan campus, right? Let's first go over the general guidelines here. Before we do that, let me just quickly answer Noma's question because she asked it before. Yes, CAP is definitely acceptable when you're applying, even if you've done the job. We'll go over more specific requirements of the of the scholarship. I'm gonna share my screen to the website where all of the information is available, and we're sort of gonna go through uh, the exact criteria. I would like to mention with this is joining the National Coordinator of Campus France, Miss Mathilde. And later, we're also going to be joined by the ESTP representative, Miss Sophie-Caroline HUISMAN, the Director of International Relations. I don't think she's here right now, but she'll join us shortly, and she will then be giving you guys more information about the program. So let me just share my screen. All right. So this is the Campus France Pakistan website. We're simply in the scholarships program and then towards France Excellence Pakistan Climate Change. Uh, First things first, uh, Campus France offers more than 130 scholarships for Pakistani students, and we encourage all of you guys to go and find one of these scholarships that suits best for you. Uh, our purpose here is to promote higher education here for Pakistani students and to make it as easy and as accessible to everybody as possible. The French Excellence Scholarship for Climate Change is offered by the embassy, and the deadline to apply for students is 31st of December. After that, no further applications will be entertained. The students, these are basically the important deadlines that I'm also sort of just reading out here, just so you guys know that you can always revisit this information. Anyways, the students must apply through the Enfance or the EEF portal. In addition to that, for IMT Atlantique, INP Pavora, and ESTP, the one that we're covering today, you are also required to file your application on their own platforms. Right, just a general layout. We have six programs here that are offered under the France Excellence Pakistan Climate Change Scholarship. And the one that we'll be talking about specifically is this one, the engineering school in France, ESTP, the master's degree in civil engineering, Kashan campus, Master 1 and Master 2. Another probably notable distinction here is between Master 1 and Master 2. This is simply the first year of Masters and the second year of Masters. Let me just quickly go on to the benefits and the requirements. One very important distinction here, another one that is that this specific program requires you to be at least A2 level in French. All other scholarships um, don't, but this one has the requirement that you have to be. It's not something that sort of boosts your application. It is a must requirement. Again, I want to stress on this so there's absolutely no confusion that French A2 is required. Well, B1 is required, but if you're in A2, you can attend the summer program, the French language for summer program, and still be eligible. You need to, again, like I mentioned before, apply through EEF and then also directly to the university. Only the applications that will be submitted via both the platforms will be considered. Also, guys, I'm really sorry if my voice sounds sort of raspy. I am a little sick, so excuse me. All right, so the benefits for the scholarship are as follows. Again, I am on the website, and this is you guys can revisit this information whenever you want. Your tuition fees is covered. You get a monthly living allowance. You have one return air ticket, which is then basically from Pakistan to France and then back to Pakistan. Your student visa and étudiant France fee waiver is sort of covered, which means that you will apply. Obviously, you'll pay once, but then once you are awarded the scholarship, it will be reimbursed. Your social security, free French languages before your departure to France, and then also assistance in finding affordable student accommodation where cruise residencies will be given priority, obviously, which is subject to their availability. But even if that's not possible, there are multiple other options that will be you will be assisted with finding and accommodating yourself, one of which could be stood apart, and so on and so forth. Next, we have the eligibility and rules for this scholarship. The application must be before 31st December 2024, like I mentioned before. All of them have to be through EEF, Études d'Enfance, and then also via ESTP's portal as well. Both you have to apply to both of these portals in order to be in order to be selected. You should be a Pakistani national. You should be under the age of 28 at the time of application. You should have a 4-year bachelor's degree, which is recognized by HEC Pakistan, and have scored a minimum of 3.0 CGPA. They should not be more than a period of 2 years after the completion of the undergraduate degree. So if you have graduated and you have a job or any other experience that exceeds 2 years, then you are unfortunately not applicable for this scholarship. Uh, you will. Hello, welcome, ma'am.
Well, yes,
Miss
thank you.
Sophie.
Thank you so much. And
I'm
hello.
just going over the introduction and then we'll be giving it over to you if that's okay.
Yeah, this is perfect. I fully thank you for this introduction, and then I will take over whenever you're ready.
You're very
Thank you.
welcome. You're very welcome. Yeah. Right. So your knowledge of French is in this case absolutely necessary. Like I mentioned before, it's not for the other ones, but it is absolutely necessary, at least A2 level. If you're B1, then you're good to go and you don't have to attend the summer program. But if you're A2, you can still be selected, but you have to attend the summer program. Uh, Again, another note is that if you apply for a 2 years master program, the renewal of the scholarship at the M2 level is only possible if you succeed in passing all of your first year exams and you're not reappearing for any of those for those exams, because in that case your scholarship will be terminated. So if you're applying, if you're going to M1, the first year of masters, then it is absolutely necessary for you to ace your exams in order to keep the scholarship, right? And the internship and these courses, they will all take place in France physically, and then the scholarship will not be provided for the international period of mobility. If you're moving around, that's not it's not possible. If you are offered the scholarship, you are compelled to obviously uh, join the you have to join the. I'm very sorry, guys. It's the sickness. It's really getting to me sometimes. But you're very compelled to join the program, and you cannot sort of switch your programs in between. Then the scholarship does not. It's not sort of like you cannot. transfer. It's not transferable exactly. The application procedure, I've already went through it, but we'll go over this together again. Again, the purpose of going through it over the website is so that you can revisit this information and is available to you throughout. And then obviously I can go into a lot much, uh, depth with all of this, and you can obviously ask me questions about anything that confuses you. The students must apply directly to the French University through the Étudiants en France platform. And for ESTP, this specific scholarship, you must also apply to their own application system. Only students who have applied both portals will be applicable. The deadline is December 31st, 2024, which is the closing date for admissions through the EEF portal. Uh, Through the portal, you can apply up to 7 French universities in a single applications, but only the 4 degrees listed are eligible for the France, Excellence, Pakistan, Climate Change, which obviously in this case does not matter because we're talking about ESTP in particular. And the fees to be applied to that you will have to pay is 30,000, which will be reimbursed if you are awarded with the scholarship. You can also visit our Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn to get more information and updates. And you can also go to YouTube to sort of see these tutorials on how to apply and how to add the program in your card, and all of these details and tutorials are available on YouTube. The selection procedure is obviously where right here where we're having this information webinar. After that, the applications are sent, and then you will receive the results by May 2025. This part only mentions how for it the French language is absolutely mandatory for ESTP at least A2 level, and then B2 you can sort of skip the summer program and get there. And with that, we have the general um, description about the scholarship out of the way. I would like to give the floor to Ms. Sophie-Caroline HUISMAN, who is the Director of the National International Relations for ESTP. Thank you so much for joining us, ma'am. Over to you.
Okay. So the floor is mine. Is that what I should understand?
Yes, yes, yes. The floor is yours, please. So over to you completely.
Well, thank you so much we're very honored to have this opportunity to present ESTP, to introduce ESTP. I think you might have met, or for at least for some of you, you might have met Carlos Vega, who attended the fairs, so 2 weeks ago, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyway, my name is Sophie-Caroline HUISMAN. I'm in charge of all the international relations and international partnerships for ESTP, and of course partnerships abroad. So we're very proud and happy to introduce this scholarship this year for the first time, and so we'll be willing to welcome not only one but several Pakistan students in the next years. So for now, I will probably share a short presentation of ESTP. Can you tell me how much time I have? I don't want to bother too much the students, and I want to be here for the questions as well.
Right, so the session goes on until for another 40 minutes. So maybe we can
40
have
minutes.
25 minutes of the presentation and then 15 minutes for questions, if that's okay.
Sure, perfect.
Okay.
Do you see my screen?
Yeah, we can. Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
perfect. So again, welcome to you all. ESTP is okay. Yeah, is that working? Fine. ESTP is a school of engineering, with a specialization in civil engineering, which might sound limited, but it involves actually the whole built environment, the whole world of construction, from ecological, environmental sustainability through construction, obviously buildings, smart cities, but also buildings or all renewable energies and so on. So this is just a specialization uh, which confers to the living, I mean the space and the living space for people today. It's a grande école. The status of a grande école is very French. Sorry about that, and I'm not sure all of you are familiar with it, but it's a private university which delivers degrees from bachelor's degrees through PhDs. And the specificity of grande école is the entrance exam for all students that are coming from France. So don't start to be worried or anything like that. For international students, it's obviously through application file, as you said before, but it's a rather selective university. Let's put it this way. It's the first leading engineering school in civil engineering in France, and it's ranking about the 14 out of 200, 250 engineering schools in France right now. And the one specificity that of course I'm emphasizing on it today, and you have already, thank you, it's that we have a master's program. I mean, a master program that is fully taught in English. So you do not need to be B2 in French when you join the first year of the master's degree. You would need to have to reach this level at the end in order to be graduating from ESTP. But at the very beginning, you don't have to, and you will have some French lessons from French language courses along the way to reach that level. So again, a French grande école. A faculty within a huge university, let's put it this way. And we have about 3,200 students overall. I will go down and tell you a bit more about how the volume are, but it's again high selective entrance examination for the French students. The engineering schools in France, one of the specificities again, it's the fact that we all deal with science and technical skills and technologies, but we do add soft skills and managerial skills as well within the curriculum. We do introduce all students to research and innovation. And we have some, you probably know that, but the French students all have to do an international mobility. So obviously this doesn't apply to the international students who would be international, of course, beforehand, but all the French students would have to do an international mobility. So they would be happy to interact with you to maybe one day come to Pakistan for a semester abroad or a double degree. So there's a lot of cross-cultural, and especially within this English taught curriculum, there's a lot of interactions with all other international students and French students. So there's a lot of nationality citizenships represented within this program. And the other specificity is the work experience. So you did mention it earlier on, so I will not insist on visas or anything like that, but the internships are up to 3 months. Well, actually 3 months at the end of the first master's degree year, first year of master's degree, 3 months. And then the last internship is what we call the travail de fin d'études. It's called the end of studies work, or we would call it thesis in some universities, and it's linked to the 6 months internship that all students would have to do. Again, the vision of the school is really to help training students to become managers of the world, a new world of tomorrow, which would be decarbonated, sustainable, open and connected, and to train new builders who are both managers and future international leaders. ESTP needs to include in its curricula all the new technology, new transitions. So technology, we would have some specialization. I will go through that a bit later. New technologies applied to construction, ecology, of course, environment, taking care of the environment, and the commitment, which would include the internationalization of the school and diversity and so on. The few accreditations that just to reassure you about the fact that it's a private school, yes, but all engineers are accredited by the CTI, which is so it's the accreditation body for all engineering schools. And it goes along with this accreditation, the EURACE label. So it's all over Europe, basically, the recognition. And abroad, it would be well, if you want to see us in international rankings, it's a bit more complicated for French institutions because we're not a huge university, comprehensive university, but it's more like again, a faculty within a university. So you would consider the community of universities that we are part of, which is Paris Est Sup, which would be represented in some of the international rankings. We have the research accreditation body, which is called the HCERES. The RICS that some of you might be familiar with, which would be more international. Erasmus Plus, of course. And then Bienvenue en France, you're probably more familiar with this one, which is the label that is given by Campus France, which tells you how happy and how adapted we are to accommodate international students. And then the French language, we like to call it French language for engineers, the FLE, which is usually French language, French as a second language. This is a label that we have as well. So we could accommodate students, we could welcome students during the summertime for an intensive French program, in addition to give French courses along throughout the curriculum. So according to your level and according to what you would like to do. And that's about it. ESPIG is the fact that we're a non-profit organization. So even though we're private, all the profits are incorporated into the labs, research labs, and all other infrastructure of the school. Few figures. So I don't know if I mentioned it's a historical school in that way that it was conceived. It was the school was born in 1891, so I wouldn't say old, but I would say historical and with a lot of history. Long history. So we have about 45,000 alumni, which would be active in an association, the ESTP Alumni Association. And we have about 1,000 graduates every year, so about 250, 300 bachelor students, and about 700 engineering students, so graduates with a master's degree. About 50, well, a bit more than that this year, 6 represented, and which corresponds to 25% of international students. A private school and engineering school in France would mean that you would have a lot of teaching faculty that are coming from the industry, from the business, and not only permanent professors. So, which is very, well, first of all, practical, and then very convenient for you to find internships or for you to find a job at the end, because you have the interactions with people from the industry all during all your courses. about 30% of women, which is not completely obvious in this field, but it's a decent number. It's a small research institute with about 35 researchers, professors, researchers, 10 research labs, and about 20 PhD students. Sorry, as I was mentioning, the fact that the professors were coming from the industry, we have about 150 partner companies that are signing a contract with a ESTP that would deliver internship offers, deliver conferences, deliver all other type of events within the curriculum. And one other specificity from the schools in France, besides the university, is the students association. So this life, would say the extracurricular life for students is pretty intense, pretty active. So you have associations for sports, for cultural activities, for culinary activities. So we love to have the International Week. It was last week, actually, International Week, where we have all the international students bringing some, home food and so on. There's another association for artistic dance type of arts, basically, and another association that is what we call the junior enterprise. It's small jobs that students can do on the side just to earn money or to get a little bit more of an experience. So this is all the association life. As I mentioned, today it's probably 500 students in a bachelor's level, 24 to 2,700 students in the engineering cycle. Engineering cycle would be the one that you would be reaching, you would be reaching you would be following the 2 years of the master's degree. So this is it. We have then top-up master's degrees for the ones who would like to specialize even more, about 200 students, and then about 20 PhD students. If you were ever worried, or if you about the French system, which is a bit different from the university or from the international system, you would have students from France would have 2 years of scientific. So these are the students who ESTP for 3 years, and you would be the ones joining ESTP for 2 years for the master's degree only, because you would have a 4-year or I think from Pakistan, a 4-year bachelor's degrees, right? We have 5 campuses. ESTP is settled in 5 cities. So Cachan and Paris are pretty close to each other, about 20 minutes away from each other. The Paris campus is not yet for you guys, but the Cachan campus is the one that is the historical campus, and that would deliver the master's degree in English. The other three campuses, Troyes, which is in the Champagne region in France, Dijon, the Burgundy region, and Orléans, which is about an hour away from Paris. These 3 campuses do deliver all the English curriculum. So it's only French. So if by any chance some of you are fluent in French, you could apply to these campuses. It would be pretty self-explanatory on the platform, on the application platform, actually, because you would choose the civil engineering curriculum, and the civil engineering curriculum is the one that is taught in English and English. So, needless to say, in order to in for their international mobility, all the French students that do have to do this international mobility, we have about 140 double degree opportunities that are offered. If by any chance some of the students that are coming from Pakistan, if they wanted to join one of these opportunities, it would be possible. The only thing is, in order to gain another degree, it would be on the top. So it would be an extra year uh, after the 2 years at ESTP. Because in order to get the ESTP degree, you need to be 2 years within the school to graduate. But we're very open to to support you or to encourage you for after ESTP to join one of our partner university abroad. A few words about the research, even though it's something that would be that would be not for now for you guys, dedicated to construction industries, to the construction industry. And I did mention a few of the research labs and partner universities that are interacting with the ESTP researchers. Five chairs and concrete materials engineering, sustainable and road infrastructures and urban development, digital twins, and which is new technologies for construction, sustainable building for the future, and ecological civil engineering. So these are the five chairs, and you would be exposed to them with a project within the 2 years of master's degree, but not more than that, unless you, of course, wanted to pursue with a PhD. Sorry, then you would go into one of them. The labs that I did mention are for teaching and research objectives. So you would have a certain number of courses that would be within these labs. And then, of course, if you do have a project that is related to research, then you would be able to work in the lab as well. Reach ESTP, which is a bit weird for you, but the first year of master's degree. So during the semester number 7, the first semester where you reach ESTP, you would be on a common track for a major, and to choose, but at the same time, the only major that is fully taught in English is the sustainable civil engineering or environmental civil engineering. So this is the one that is the more comprehensive and the one taught in English. Have the choice between sustainable construction, which is more buildings, urban environment and mobility, which deals more with the transportation and all the infrastructures, right? And energy efficiency engineering or digital technologies. And then semester 9, which is the third semester after you join ESTP, then you would have to choose an option, which is it would be like electives that you would be choosing from the 15 options that we offer. And actually, in this case, you would be able to choose the option, and the one the few of them that are taught in of Cachan. Otherwise, if you want to choose another campus in Dijon 3 or Orléans. Okay, this is something that I just I have described again, but this is a very specific curriculum where really the international students are taken care of, are um, um, well, yeah, taken into account to foreign students in order to get to help you for the visas, along with and with Campus France. Um, for same thing for accommodation. Very soon, I guess you went through this with Campus France before before I joined, but as soon as you are uh, well registered, you would have to apply. Then we would have a commission that would accept your application, and then you would receive a letter of admission. Once you have this letter, we could help you for the visa, for the accommodation. Scholarships, well, needless to say, you have the one from Campus France, but if other students would like to join, we do have some scholarships that are given either by the foundation of ESTP, so uh, well, that encourages students for coming from abroad, and then we have the federations, National Federation for Civil Engineering, or the French Federation for Building. They are giving some excellence scholarships as well. So as soon as you are accepted, again, you would receive a call for scholarships, and you would respond if you did. And then we have, oh yeah, I did mention the association life and the activities, tourism, I mean, touristic activities, even they organize weekends, outside Paris, fairs, career fairs for the internship. Well, of course, would be specific
Uh, es- sorry.
as well. Uh, uh, French.
On n'entend plus rien.
Sure.
Sorry, Mrs. Huisman? Yes,
Yeah.
sorry. I think the quality is we cannot hear you. I'm not sure if my colleague or the other student might hear you. Just we have been cut for a few minutes. Sorry.
Oops. So sorry. Is that okay now? Or is that are we back on or?
It seems completely better now. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Hopefully it will stay. Okay, so we have several campuses, several residences on the campus. I don't know if Carlos has shared with you, Campus France, the guide, the accommodation guide. But of course, this is a guide that will be sent to you as soon as you are admitted. So different residences on campus, different residences out of the campus, but very close and really around the campus. So hopefully you wouldn't have many problems finding an accommodation. And there's again someone that is specifically helping you out for this. And then last, these are the names of the companies that are partner companies with the ESTP. Construction sites or construction projects in Pakistan. At least you would be familiar with some of them. The most famous ones in France, which are Vinci, Colas for roads, Bouygues Construction. So in any cases, they have these companies have many projects, if not in Pakistan, at least in many other countries. So you wouldn't have to, be stuck in France, or you would be able to travel a lot within these companies. So I'm about done with the presentation, and I do thank you for your interest. Thank you so much for for your attention. Stop sharing my screen, and I hope you still hear me well. I'm not sure.
Yeah, so thank you so much, Miss Huisman. There was a slight issue in the middle with the internet connection, I think, but towards the end it was all good.
Okay, I hope you okay. I mean, I have shared the presentation with you, so of
Okay.
course you could share it with the students.
Of course, yes, of course. So thank you so much again, and everybody who's joined. The floor is now open for questions. You can leave them in the chat box, or
Chat,
you
I
could,
think there's a few, right?
yeah.
Hello, sir. I want to apply.
I think for simplicity's sake, we can sort of just ask. We can ask them to leave the questions in again. If anybody after the presentation, if you guys have any questions that have not been answered, please feel free to type them down in the chat box, or you could raise your hand. Even we can have you talk to Ms. Huisman or myself. And we are also, ma'am, we're also live on Facebook, so we might be getting some questions from there as well. So we'll let you know.
Okay.
Right? Okay.
Okay,
Guys, the
sure.
floor is yours.
Yeah, so thank you again. Thank you, everyone. I am not sure that we have new questions. Maybe, Nofil, you could just make sure again that all the students attending remember when to apply in order to not miss the scholarship deadline.
Of course, yes. Again, so the deadline is 31st of December 2024. You guys can apply right now. You can go and you can make your account on the Etudiant France and start your applications as soon as possible. Actually, let me just share my screen as well, and I can show you the portal, the Etudiant France, which is really simple, and then I hopefully that will help you guys sort of see what I'm talking about. This right here is the Etudiant France portal, which is really simple to maneuver. All you have to do is sort of log in, right, and you can make your profile here. Oh, yeah. Sorry, that's. And this is what you're led to. All you have to do is go to I am a candidate. You can fill in your file information here, and you can get, put courses into your bucket from here. So it's really simple. And again, the deadline is 31st of December 2024. And right now the applications are open. We're here to answer any other questions that you guys might have.
And I guess you have my email address as well if you want to, if you have any questions, or Carlos Vega, whose email is internationaladmission@estp.fr, which is easy to remember if there are any questions specifically to ESTP.
Yes, of course, we will send all of the questions that we get your way that are related to ESTP. Yes.
Perfect.
Ahmad, you can expect interviews really soon, but if we have any questions about the France Excellence Scholarship, climate change, and more specifically, if we have any questions related to ESTP, then we could have them on the way.
Yeah, just also to precise, the interview for the scholarship will be done early January until March 25. And regarding the question that is related to the French language, indeed, it has been specified at the start of this webinar that the French language is mandatory regarding this master program. Mrs. Huisman, please correct me if I'm wrong. But for this master program, the students from Pakistan, they need to have at least A2 level in order after to attend a summer language summer camp at ESTP. Otherwise, it's B1, right?
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Good level of English and B1 in French. I mean, yeah, it could be even a little bit lower than B1, as long as the student is willing to reach the B2 at the end of the 2 years.
All right. Thank you.
Right. So another question we have, Ahmad. The minimum requirement for the scholarship is 3.0 CGPA, but obviously your file will be assessed according to academic excellence, your academic performance overall.
Okay, we do have another question. Yeah. No, Phil, if you see it.
Right. Ubaid Raza asked, is there a master's degree in electrical engineering in France Excellence Scholarship for Climate Change? Matil, if you could answer this one. Yeah.
Yeah. So for the other webinars that we will have for the France Excellence Scholarship, we'll have them during the next week. But Mr. Ubaid Raza, if you could just please check the website regarding the master program that the French Embassy is providing. And there is none directly relating to electrical engineering. However, there is other kind of engineering program. Okay, all right. So if we do not have other questions, thank you, everyone, I think. Thank you very much, Mrs. Huismans, for attending and explaining. I'm sure that we will be very happy to Campus France Pakistan to share your presentation, if that's all right from your side.
Of course. And I see there's a last question. Well, just two single elements for electrical engineering. The school has used to have a specific track for electrical engineering. Now we do have some courses that are linked to electrical engineering, especially applied to the construction industry. And we have as well semesters that could be done within l'ENSAM, l'École nationale des arts et métiers. So within ESTP, you have some opportunities as well for electrical engineering. And last question, and well, same thing for renewable energy, because I see that there's another question popping up. If you do have a level, a B2 level of French, you could definitely follow the specialization that is linked to energy efficiency, energy in the construction industry. That's for sure. And if not, then there are a few courses that are linked to the energy transition. And then if you are coming from a bachelor degree within management or commerce, I would say, I mean, this is not for me to answer, I suppose, right? Campus France would answer, but at least for ESTP, you need to have a scientific background in order to join. So I'm not sure, which background or which high school degree you would have gotten go into a commerce department bachelor's degree. But if it was with a scientific background, then it would be a yes. That's it.
Thank you.
Sorry.
No, thank you so much. That was actually really insightful. And just to add on to what you said, to Azhar, if you are, if you are following from a commerce background, please visit the website and to check out the other programs that fall under the Climate Excellence Scholarships, and see if you can find one for yourself. This one, unfortunately, is, as she mentioned, a master's in civil engineering, so you have to sort of have the background and the means to and the right tools to sort of further your studies in the specific field and discipline. And I'm guessing we don't have any other questions. So with that, we're gonna end this presentation. Thank you so much, Ms. HUISMAN, for joining us. It was
It was a
really nice.
pleasure.
Likewise. And thank you everybody who joined this, and everybody on Facebook who are with us. Again, we will share the presentation with you guys, and you can always reach out to Campus France at Islamabad at campusfrance.org for the Islamabad office, Karachi at the rate of at campusfrance.org, and Lahore at the rate of campusfrance.org for the respective offices. And we'd be more than happy to help you. That's our job. So thank you everybody for tuning in. It was a pleasure meeting everybody, each and one of you, and we'll see you next week with the next session. All right, goodbye.
Thank you again for this opportunity.
You're very welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Nafil. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.